Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly transform their lives, while others remain trapped in the same patterns year after year? The answer may not lie in what they do, but in how they think. What I'm about to share with you today will challenge everything you believe about reality. Most of us are imprisoned by linear thinking, confined to the three dimensions we know: past, present, and future. But what if I told you that there is a fourth dimension of thought that can quite literally change your life? Forget, for a moment, everything you've been taught about time and space. You are about to discover that thinking in four dimensions is not a scientific fantasy, but rather a key to radically transforming the way you live. This approach will shatter your limiting beliefs, open your mind to infinite possibilities, and teach you to see beyond the present, enabling you to create a future that once seemed impossible. If you're tired of feeling stuck and are seeking real, tangible transformation, you're in the right place. Prepare yourself, for what comes next is not something you'll hear just anywhere. We're about to dive into the power of four-dimensional thinking and how it can help you overcome obstacles, achieve long-term goals, and, most importantly, completely change your reality. Are you ready for a new way of seeing life? Let's begin. Four-dimensional thinking opens a door that few dare to cross. Imagine having the ability to see beyond what lies directly in front of you, to perceive time not as a straight line, but as a web of possibilities. Those who develop this skill free themselves from the chains of the immediate present, allowing their minds to explore future scenarios, anticipate challenges, and craft innovative solutions. It's not about predicting the future, but about training your mind to think in multiple directions, like a chess piece moving with precision several steps ahead. This type of thinking has the power to transform how you perceive life, directly impacting your creativity and capacity for innovation. When you think in four dimensions, your ideas are no longer confined to the limitations of the present, but begin to explore what could be. Take, for example, great inventors like Nikola Tesla or visionary artists who allowed themselves to think outside the box, breaking away from traditional norms. To begin, you can adopt the practice of meditation or mental exercises that challenge the linearity of time, gradually expanding your perception. And don't think this is something reserved only for geniuses or privileged minds. Anyone can develop four-dimensional thinking with the right practice and an open mind. It all starts with questioning everyday assumptions. Try thinking about a current problem you're facing. What would happen if you approached it not just based on what you see now, but on the possible repercussions it could have in 1, 5, or even 10 years? This is just the beginning of the journey. The path continues. The impact of four-dimensional thinking on the life of those who practice it goes far beyond imagination. This concept not only expands the boundaries of the intellect, but also promotes profound transformations in mental and physical health. By allowing the mind to navigate future possibilities, four-dimensional thinking creates a sense of control over destiny. This alone is a powerful antidote to anxiety and stress. When you can see beyond immediate obstacles, it's easier to remain calm in the midst of turbulence because your mind is already programmed for solutions that are yet to come. And the impact doesn't stop there. By adopting this kind of thinking, your focus on long-term goals becomes clearer. Often, we get caught up in the traps of the present, where daily distractions pull us away from what truly matters. However, when you begin to see life as a long-term journey, you start aligning your daily actions with your grand dreams and aspirations. A practical example of this would be financial planning. By thinking four-dimensionally, you don't make decisions based solely on the now, but calculate how today's choices will affect your future. Thus, investing in personal development, whether through education or health, naturally becomes a priority. Lastly, four-dimensional thinking holds the power to break limiting beliefs. How many times have you caught yourself thinking, "I can't do this," or "I wasn't born for this"? When you start viewing life in multiple dimensions, you realize many of these beliefs were created by momentary limitations. They do not reflect your true potential. So, if you often think something is impossible, start questioning that notion from now on. With practice, you'll see that the impossible is merely a matter of perspective. And this journey is just beginning. Incorporating four-dimensional thinking into daily life might seem like a challenge at first, but it all begins with small steps. One of the most effective ways to start this journey is through regular mindfulness practice. Mindfulness helps you anchor yourself in the present while expanding your awareness. Over time, this allows you to observe your thoughts without judgment, which is crucial for exploring dimensions beyond the present. Start with short meditation sessions, just 5 minutes a day, and gradually increase the time. This exercise will train your mind to be more conscious and present, and paradoxically, it will open the doors for you to think beyond the now. Once you become familiar with mindfulness, the next step is to begin applying this new way of thinking to your everyday decisions. Every choice, no matter how simple, can be viewed through the lens of four-dimensional thinking. Consider your interactions with others, your professional choices, or even how you spend your free time. If you can ask yourself, "How will this impact my long-term future?" you're already beginning to practice four-dimensional thought. For example, when accepting a new work project, envision not just the immediate benefits, but how it might open doors to future opportunities you haven't even considered yet. This process requires patience, of course, but as you train your mind, it will gradually become second nature. Another powerful tool is keeping a thought journal. Record your ideas and plans, but do so in a way that extends beyond the present. Write about how today's decisions might shape your future self. As you revisit these notes, you'll begin to identify thought patterns and adjust your course with greater awareness. The journey is underway, but many more steps remain to be discovered. Setting long-term goals is one of the keys to aligning your life with four-dimensional thinking. While many people fixate on what they can achieve in the next few days or months, those who think in four dimensions understand that true success comes from goals that transcend the present. It's akin to planting a tree. The roots you cultivate today may take years to grow, but the fruits will be worth the wait. Setting these goals requires a clear vision of what you truly want to build for the future. It's not about rushing, but about persistence. Establishing these goals can seem challenging at first, especially if you're used to thinking only in the short term. Start by imagining where you want to be in 10, 20, or even 30 years. Think in terms of career, health, relationships, and personal development. A practical example would be creating a list of goals that aren't just focused on immediate results, but on a larger purpose. Want to change careers? Invest now in courses that expand your skills. Want financial stability? Consider long-term investments, such as real estate or shares in established companies. This type of thinking not only shapes your daily decisions, but also eliminates the unnecessary sense of urgency that short-term thinking often brings. When you have a long-term vision, it becomes easier to avoid distractions and stay focused on what truly matters. It's important to review your goals periodically to ensure they remain aligned with who you're becoming. After all, four-dimensional thinking is fluid, and your aspirations may evolve over time. And the journey continues, as new discoveries are just beginning to unfold. Expanding horizons is an essential practice for anyone truly seeking to embrace four-dimensional thinking. It's easy to settle into a comfort zone, But true evolution occurs when you challenge your own boundaries. Imagine the mind as an ever-expanding universe, where each new experience adds another star to your sky of possibilities. By allowing yourself to explore the unknown, you create space for fresh ideas, connections, and even innovative solutions to problems that once seemed unsolvable. A practical example might be enrolling in a course or engaging in an activity you've always found challenging, something outside of your usual routine. This expansion doesn't need to be radical, but it does need to be consistent. Every small new experience you embrace helps shape a more adaptable mindset. Consider someone who decides to start learning a new language. At first, it may seem impossible, but with time and practice, this person opens themselves up to a new culture, new ways of thinking, and even opportunities that were previously out of reach. The same applies to every area of life. If you're used to reading only about familiar topics, try books or articles that challenge your beliefs and broaden your understanding of subjects you've never explored before. Expanding your horizons also means discovering new dimensions of yourself. Often, the limitations we perceive are just constructs of our minds, formed by past experiences or deeply rooted fears. By allowing yourself to live new experiences, you uncover abilities and talents you didn't even know you possessed. And this is where four-dimensional thinking really begins to take shape. When you realize that your reality is far greater than you once imagined. But this journey of discovery still has much more to offer. Cultivating self-awareness is one of the most transformative steps you can take on the journey of four-dimensional thinking. We are often so immersed in the demands of the external world that we forget to look inward, where the true answers lie. Through introspection, we begin to identify the limiting beliefs that control our actions and perceptions. Think of self-awareness as a lens that reveals what was once hidden in the shadows of the mind. By engaging in this exercise, you start to see that many barriers that seem external are, in fact, created by your own internal narrative. A common example of a limiting belief is the idea that "I'm not good enough" or "I don't deserve success." When you allow yourself to examine where these beliefs come from, you often discover that they were shaped by past experiences or external influences that gradually molded your worldview. By recognizing these beliefs, you gain the power to change them. For instance, if you believe you'll never achieve financial stability, challenge that thought. Reflect on the moments, no matter how small, when you succeeded, and begin to build a new narrative from those victories. Self-awareness not only helps you identify these beliefs, but also enables you to replace them with thoughts that propel you toward growth. This process, while profound, needs to be continuous. Cultivating self-awareness is like tending to a garden. It requires regular attention, the pruning of unnecessary thoughts, and the constant nourishment of new ideas. Each day, set aside time to reflect on your actions and thoughts. Ask yourself, am I acting in alignment with my limiting beliefs or with my true potential? This kind of questioning opens the door to personal growth and a new way of seeing reality, one that is in constant expansion. But there's still more to discover on this journey. Positive affirmations are a powerful tool for those seeking to expand their way of thinking and, most importantly, embrace four-dimensional thought. Reprogramming your mind with daily affirmations is akin to installing a new internal compass that constantly reminds you that your potential far exceeds what you believe at the moment. These statements act as seeds planted in the subconscious, gradually altering how you perceive yourself and the world around you. Simple phrases like, "I am capable of transforming my reality," or "My future is in my hands," may seem minor, but when repeated regularly, they take root deep within the mind. A practical example of applying positive affirmations can be seen in the morning routines of many successful individuals. Before they begin their day, they focus on reaffirming their capabilities and vision for the future, thereby cultivating a mindset of victory. One exercise you can start doing is to write 3 affirmations each morning that connect to your long-term goals. This practice helps align your thoughts and actions with the future you wish to create. For those aiming to adopt 4-dimensional thinking, affirming that your actions today are shaping a magnificent future can serve as a powerful motivator to keep progressing, even in the face of challenges. Moreover, affirmations assist in combating negativity and the self-sabotage that often hinders progress. Each time you encounter a limiting belief or a negative thought, use a positive affirmation to replace it. Tell yourself, "I am capable of creating new opportunities," or "I am worthy of all my dreams." Over time, you will notice a significant shift in how you react to situations and how you perceive opportunities around you. However, the power of affirmations is just the beginning of the process, as there is still much more to discover on this transformative journey. Dans 30 years, consistency is the foundation of any lasting change, and the same applies to 4-dimensional thinking. Practicing occasionally may yield glimpses of results, but it is through constant repetition that the concept deeply roots itself in your mind and transforms the way you live. Consider high-performance athletes. They do not train sporadically, but engage in daily practice with focus and discipline. Similarly, the regular practice of 4-dimensional thinking becomes a lifestyle, aligning your actions and thoughts with this new paradigm of perception. The secret lies in creating a routine that allows this practice to unfold naturally. Maintaining consistency can be challenging, especially amidst the distractions of daily life. However, there are ways to ease this process. A practical strategy is to use daily reminders, whether through notes on your phone, post-it notes scattered around your home, or even specific alarms, to prompt you to reflect on your long-term goals and the impact of your actions. For instance, at the start of your day, take a brief moment to review how your choices today align with the reality you wish to create in the coming years. Small habits like these, when consistently repeated, begin to shape your mind to think in terms of multiple dimensions. Over time, the repetition of these practices not only solidifies 4-dimensional thinking, but also begins to alter your worldview. Your decisions become more strategic, your patience with progress increases, and above all, you start to perceive challenges differently, as steps that are integral to a greater goal. Therefore, make a commitment to yourself. Maintain consistency. Like any skill, the more you practice, the more natural it becomes. And remember, there is still much to explore as you cultivate this new mindset. Facing challenges through the lens of 4-dimensional thinking completely transforms how you perceive them. Instead of viewing difficulties as insurmountable barriers, you begin to see them as essential components of a larger process. Imagine that each obstacle is merely a chapter within a longer, more significant story. This perspective not only diminishes the emotional impact of immediate problems, but also enhances your ability to find creative solutions. For instance, when you encounter a crisis at work, rather than fixating on the momentary stress, employ 4-dimensional thinking to ask yourself, how can I transform this situation into a long-term opportunity? This way of thinking also fosters resilience. When you understand that today's challenges are temporary and that your journey is much grander, it becomes easier to keep moving forward, even in the face of adversity. A prime example is the path of successful entrepreneurs. Nearly all have faced failures and obstacles, but what sets them apart is their ability to look beyond momentary setbacks while remaining focused on their ultimate goals. This long-term vision allows them to learn from mistakes and adjust their course without losing determination. Four-dimensional thinking does not eliminate challenges. Instead, it provides the clarity and mental strength to face them strategically and with confidence. Furthermore, by nurturing this new perspective, you cultivate a greater capacity for perseverance. Each challenge you overcome strengthens your mindset and brings you closer to your goals. When you adopt the belief that obstacles are opportunities for learning, your mindset becomes more flexible and prepared to handle the unexpected. Approaching each difficulty with the understanding that you are building something far greater empowers you rather than discourages you. Yet, this is just one of the many benefits that four-dimensional thinking can offer on your journey. Investing in the future is one of the most valuable skills that four-dimensional thinking can bring into your life. While many people make decisions based on immediate needs, those who practice this form of thought possess the capacity to consider how each choice today may impact their future selves. Think of it like a game of chess. Each move is made not only with regard to the current play, but also with consideration of how it influences the unfolding of the game. Similarly, when making daily decisions, ask yourself, how will this affect my life in 5, 10, or 20 years? This simple act of reflection can transform how you approach financial, professional, and even relational matters. A practical way to apply this concept is to think in terms of investing time and resources. For instance, when considering a course or training program, you might ask yourself how this education will add value to your life in the long run. Will the decision to spend a few hours of your day studying something now translate into better career opportunities or greater personal satisfaction in the future? By thinking in four dimensions, you begin to realize that small sacrifices in the present can yield substantial rewards later on. Furthermore, this approach helps you avoid impulsive decisions that, while providing immediate gratification, may ultimately hinder your future. This alignment between the present and the future creates a richer life filled with purpose and fulfillment. When you make conscious choices, you not only enhance the quality of your future life, but also build a trajectory that reflects your deepest values and aspirations. Each step you take today is a piece of the puzzle in living a well-rounded life. And this extends beyond material concerns. It's about ensuring that your actions resonate with what you truly desire for yourself. However, investing in the future does not mean neglecting the present. A necessary balance exists, and that is what we will explore next. Embracing change is a fundamental skill for those who practice four-dimensional thinking. Throughout life, circumstances inevitably shift, be it in personal, professional, or even social aspects. Those who resist these transformations tend to become trapped in outdated patterns, while those who accept change with an open mind adapt and thrive. Four-dimensional thinking allows you to view change not as an obstacle, but as an opportunity for growth and innovation. By adopting this mindset, you become the architect of your own destiny, shaping your life in accordance with the new realities that emerge. Consider how great innovations often arise from periods of transition. Companies that stand out during times of crisis, for example, are typically led by individuals who understand that the world is in a constant state of evolution. Instead of fighting against change, they use it as a springboard for success. In your own life, when faced with change, be it job loss, a new phase in personal life, or even a global crisis, ask yourself, how can I leverage this transformation to reinvent myself? This simple question can mark the beginning of a new chapter, brimming with opportunities. Recognizing that change is a constant prepares you for the unexpected. Rather than clinging to fixed ideas, you start to explore different possibilities, thereby increasing your resilience. Moreover, accepting change as part of life's natural flow alleviates much of the stress and anxiety associated with uncertainty. When you view transformations as integral to the growth process, the fear of the unknown diminishes. Thus, by embracing change, you position yourself as the protagonist in the creation of your own reality. Yet, there is still more to explore regarding how this mindset affects your relationships and how those connections can be strengthened over time. In four-dimensional thinking, meaningful relationships play a crucial role in building a richer, more fulfilling life. When you begin to think in four dimensions, you realize that the bonds we cultivate today can directly influence our journey in the future. Investing time and energy in valuable interpersonal connections is a way to ensure that your trajectory is supported by a network of people who share your aspirations and provide assistance during challenging times. Just like any other form of long-term investment, relationships require dedication, patience, and attention to flourish over time. Consider relationships as bridges linking the present to the future. Strengthening these connections demands that you not only be present, but also actively engage with those around you, fostering deep and authentic dialogues. For instance, when investing in friendships or professional partnerships, think beyond immediate benefits and envision how these relationships might evolve in the coming years. Contributing to mutual growth is essential, and this includes sharing knowledge, offering support, and remaining open to receiving as well. A practical example is scheduling regular conversations with inspiring individuals, creating a continuous exchange that nourishes both your personal growth and theirs. In the long run, meaningful relationships help build a solid emotional foundation, serving as support during times of uncertainty or change. When surrounded by people who align with your values and aspirations, you become more resilient and focused. This is especially important when considering how changes impact our lives. Having a support circle ensures that you do not have to face everything alone. Thus, nurturing these relationships is not only beneficial for the present, but also an essential investment in the future. Yet, this is just one facet of four-dimensional thinking, as there are still ways to intertwine these ideas with ancient wisdom and creativity. Four-dimensional thinking, while it may seem like a modern concept, actually resonates deeply with ancient philosophies and spiritual teachings. From time immemorial, traditions such as Buddhism have promoted the practice of mindfulness, encouraging individuals to be fully present while cultivating an awareness that transcends the now. Mindfulness, for instance, trains the mind to observe the present with clarity, without disregarding the impact of one's actions on the future. Similarly, four-dimensional thinking suggests that every decision made in the present reverberates through various layers of time, shaping future realities yet to come. Other schools of thought, such as existentialism, also emphasize the importance of long-term consequences. Existentialist philosophers often reflected on the impact of the choices we make, prompting us to question how our present actions define the essence of who we are and the legacy we leave behind. This is directly related to four-dimensional thinking, which invites us to view our lives as a continuous narrative, where the self of today and the self of tomorrow are intertwined. Therefore, by adopting this perspective, we are, in essence, aligning our thinking with ancient wisdom that has endured for millennia. The universality of this concept becomes evident when you recognize that, across different cultures and traditions, the idea of thinking beyond the immediate has always been valued. Ancient sages, whether Greek, Hindu, or Eastern, taught that the key to a balanced and meaningful life lies in considering the future, the generations to come, and the ripples our actions create. Four-dimensional thinking, therefore, is a modern extension of timeless wisdom. Yet, this is not all. This philosophy of thinking beyond the present also plays a crucial role in stimulating creativity, which we will explore shortly. Four-dimensional thinking has a direct connection to the awakening of creativity. When you liberate yourself from the limitations of the present and begin to think in terms of multiple dimensions, your field of vision expands, allowing innovative ideas to flourish. Great minds throughout history, such as Nikola Tesla, exemplify this type of thinking. Tesla was known for visualizing his inventions in detail long before bringing them to life. He thought beyond the present time, considering how his creations would impact the future. This ability to think in four dimensions enabled him to break through the barriers of linear thinking and create inventions that shaped the modern world. Creativity, when stimulated by four-dimensional thinking, is not limited to what is immediately possible, but extends to what can be achieved over time. As you expand your perception beyond the present, you begin to visualize solutions and innovations that do not yet exist in the physical world, but can be realized. This applies not only to great inventors, but also to everyday life. If you are an artist, for instance, start practicing the visualization of your work within a future context. Imagine how it may evolve over time and how your creations might impact others in the future. The same applies to entrepreneurs who can visualize their businesses not just in the present, but as something that can grow and transform. This break from linear thinking is what breathes life into new ideas. By adopting this perspective, you distance yourself from thinking limited by the here and now and allow yourself to create in a space where time is not a constraint, but a tool. Thus, four-dimensional thinking can be the key to unlocking true creative potential. Whether in developing new technologies, engaging in artistic endeavors, or even solving complex problems. However, to practically apply this skill, a conducive mental environment is necessary, leading us to discuss how to foster a creative ecosystem that supports this new way of thinking. Fostering innovation through four-dimensional thinking requires the creation of a mental environment that stimulates creativity and exploration of new ideas. One of the most effective ways to achieve this is by cultivating an insatiable curiosity. The most innovative individuals do not accept things as they are. They constantly ask questions and challenge the status quo. Curiosity fuels the mind to seek answers beyond the obvious, allowing you to explore dimensions that might otherwise go unnoticed. A simple practice is to ask questions that no one else is asking in your field. Challenge norms, standards, and even traditions. It's from this disruption that the most revolutionary ideas are born. In addition to curiosity, embracing diverse perspectives is crucial for four-dimensional thinking. Imagine your mind as a kaleidoscope, where each angle offers a new view. The more perspectives you incorporate into your thinking, the greater your capacity to perceive innovative solutions. This can be intentionally achieved by seeking knowledge beyond your comfort zone. For example, if you work in technology, read about art or psychology. If you are an entrepreneur, seek to understand philosophical thinking. This exchange of ideas feeds your mind with new connections that can transform into future innovations. To sustain this creative flow, it is vital to create a mental ecosystem that continually fosters innovation. This means allocating time and space in your routine for reflection and brainstorming. Regular moments of meditation or walks, where you simply allow your mind to explore ideas without pressure, can serve as a powerful tool. Additionally, crafting a physical environment that stimulates your mind, with art, inspiring books, or even music, can also act as a catalyst for new ideas. Ultimately, four-dimensional thinking combined with a creative ecosystem creates a fertile ground where innovation flourishes naturally and continuously. Yet, just as important as thinking is acting, which leads us to the necessity of balancing thought and action. Balancing four-dimensional thinking with actions in the present is essential to ensure that your long-term vision becomes a reality. Thinking beyond the now, exploring multiple dimensions of time, and visualizing possible futures are powerful skills. But without action in the present, these ideas remain abstract. The present is the foundation upon which the future will be built, and it is here that decisions must be made and initiatives put into practice. For example, it is wonderful to visualize financial success in the future, but it is even more crucial to start saving or investing now to bring that vision to fruition. It is easy to get lost in a world of ideas and planning, especially when adopting four-dimensional thinking. However, action is the element that connects the ideal to the real. Consider today's actions as small bricks that, over time, construct the path to the future you desire. A practical example of this would be setting daily goals that are directly related to your long-term objectives. If your aim is to become an entrepreneur, what can you do today to draw closer to that reality? Perhaps it is studying a market, developing a business plan, or even networking. Each small action is a cog that propels the future forward. The balance between thought and action also means understanding that, while the future is shaped by your visions, the present is the only moment in which you can truly act. Therefore, living consciously in the now is crucial to ensure that your choices align with what you wish to build. Four-dimensional thinking is not about living solely for the future, but about using this expanded vision to guide your actions in the present with greater purpose and clarity. However, acting with consistency requires a deep understanding of your goals and overcoming challenges, which leads us to the next point. Aligning intentions with actions is the secret to transforming four-dimensional thinking into tangible results. It is not enough to have a clear vision of the future. It is essential that your daily actions are connected to these intentions. Defining a clear intention for each day is akin to programming your mind to operate effectively and productively. Upon waking, ask yourself, what can I do today to bring my ideal future closer to reality? This could be as simple as dedicating 30 minutes to learning a new skill or working on a project that advances your long-term goals. The key is to ensure that your actions are consistently aligned with your greater aspirations. Another crucial aspect is to focus on tasks that generate real impact on your long-term path. Not all activities in your day carry the same weight or value, and part of four-dimensional thinking involves knowing how to prioritize. A good practice is to break your larger goals into smaller daily and weekly targets. If your aim is to start a business within 5 years, what can you do today? Perhaps begin with market research, develop a financial plan, or reach out to potential partners. By breaking down significant goals into small, actionable steps, you maintain focus and ensure consistent progress. Ultimately, seeking a state of flow, that moment when you are so immersed in an activity that time seems to pass effortlessly, is a powerful way to integrate thought and action. When you are in a state of flow, your mind and body work in harmony, and the actions you take in the present flow naturally, all aligned with your deepest intentions. This creates a synergy between the present and the future, allowing each step you take to be part of a greater journey. However, it is important to remember that even with clear intentions and well-defined actions, challenges will still arise. Now, let's explore how to overcome these obstacles. On the journey to adopt four-dimensional thinking, encountering obstacles that challenge your ability to see beyond the present is common. One of the greatest challenges is the resistance to change. The human mind tends to cling to the familiar and comfortable, which makes accepting new ways of thinking and acting difficult. This attachment to the comfort zone can prevent you from exploring new dimensions of yourself and of reality. To overcome this resistance, it is essential to practice mental flexibility. This can be achieved through simple exercises, such as forcing yourself to try something new each week, or questioning old habits that no longer serve your purpose. Embracing the new is a vital step toward adopting this broader mindset. Another common obstacle is the fear of the unknown. Thinking in 4 dimensions means accepting that the future is uncertain and that we do not have total control over it. This fear often paralyzes individuals, hindering them from taking bold actions in the present. The best way to confront this challenge is to understand that uncertainty is a part of life, and that, instead of fighting against it, you can use it as an opportunity for growth. Uncertainty offers infinite possibilities, and adopting a mindset of curiosity rather than fear can transform how you view the future. Think of it as an adventure. Each step forward reveals new opportunities that were previously invisible. Limiting beliefs are also significant barriers on the path to 4-dimensional thinking. These beliefs, formed by past experiences or external influences, create a restrictive mental reality. You may believe that you are not good enough or that certain goals are out of reach. To overcome this, it is essential first to recognize these beliefs and then actively challenge them. An effective technique is to replace negative thoughts with positive affirmations that reinforce your potential. Telling yourself, "I am capable of transforming my reality," is an example of how you can begin to reprogram your mind. The journey to overcome these obstacles is ongoing, but it is precisely this overcoming that strengthens the 4-dimensional mindset. And now, it is time to embrace the growth that comes with these challenges. Embracing growth is one of the most vital principles of 4-dimensional thinking. When you begin to see challenges as learning opportunities rather than obstacles, your mindset transforms. Overcoming each difficulty not only strengthens your resilience, but also enhances your ability to think beyond the present and envision a clearer, more attainable future. Just as steel is forged under pressure, your mind and life perspective expand each time you conquer an obstacle. Every challenge surmounted is a lesson that brings you closer to your ongoing journey of growth. Personal growth is not a linear path, and 4-dimensional thinking helps you see beyond the ups and downs of the journey. By adopting this mindset, you realize that every step you take, even those that appear to be setbacks, is part of a greater evolution. A clear example of this is professional development. Often, a setback at work or a failure in a project may be precisely what you need to learn something new and ultimately achieve success in ways that were previously unimaginable. Embracing growth means being open to the hidden lessons in every situation, and 4-dimensional thinking provides the necessary perspective to recognize their value. Recognizing growth as an ongoing process is essential for maintaining an open mind and a willingness to evolve. Every stage of your journey, marked by challenges or victories, contributes to the development of a stronger, more resilient mindset capable of transforming reality. This not only brings you closer to your long-term goals, but also to the realization of a life rich in purpose and meaning. 4-dimensional thinking is a powerful tool to guide this evolution, enabling you to see beyond the present and visualize the myriad possibilities ahead. Yet, the journey is not complete. The wisdom you acquire along the way is also something to be shared and celebrated. Gratitude is one of the most powerful emotions we can cultivate, especially when discussing the growth and transformations that 4-dimensional thinking can bring into our lives. As we reach the conclusion of this learning journey, it is important to recognize that every step you've taken, every challenge faced, and every new insight gained is a reason to give thanks. Express gratitude not only for the wisdom you now possess, but also for the path that has brought you here. Just as this wisdom has transformed your perspective on the world, it can also impact others. Sharing this message is a way to multiply the benefits of 4-dimensional thinking. When you choose to spread this knowledge, You not only help others see beyond the limitations of the present, but also contribute to creating a network of individuals who think more broadly and innovatively. Consider how this message can affect your friends, family, or colleagues. By sharing your discoveries, you not only inspire others to reflect on their own journeys, but also reinforce your own learning. After all, teaching is one of the most powerful ways to absorb knowledge.